Hi money lovers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be cutting different necklines. Thank you all for always watching my videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This first neckline is called the basic neckline. We go in by 3.5 or 3 inches depending on what you get after you divide your round bust by 12, and I come down by 3 inches or 3.5. For this measurement we are using 3.5, but usually basic necklines is 3 inches, but I'm on the bigger side and I'm using my measurements. Now you place your ruler and then you connect your line. I quickly cut the neckline. Ensure to cut in between your line, not above or outside the line, so you can get a perfect round neck. Now this is what our round neck, our basic neck, looks like. Onto the next, we are cutting a V neckline. Now we go in by 3 inches and then we come down by 8 inches or 7 inches or 6 inches depending on how deep you want the neckline to be. Now after marking it, you use your straight ruler and you connect the V. We quickly cut out our line, and this is what we have, a perfect V neckline. Now this V neckline can be used for both front and back. Onto the next neckline, we are creating a round shape neckline. Now we go in by 3 inches, come down by 7 inches, 8 inches or 9 inches depending on how deep you want your neckline to be. Now if your neckline, if the width is small, the depth should be deep, just the way it is. And if the depth is small, the width should be wide. It gives the neckline a very good balance. Now we use our ruler to connect our round shape. We cut out immediately, and this is what we have as our round neckline. See, such a perfect shape. Ensure to know how to use your ruler. Now this round neckline can be used for both back and front. Onto the next neckline, we are drawing a sweetheart shaped neckline. Now we go in by 3.5 and we come down by 8 inches. I like to draw a proper box. We come down by 8 inches. Yeah, this is what I'm marking, and then from that 8 inches point we come in again by 3.5 inches. That's because I want to connect the lines to get a proper box. After getting that sorted out, I find the midpoint of this box, which is 4, and now I place my curved ruler from that point I drew to the middle point, giving it a curved shape. I quickly cut it out so you can see what we have here. Now this is our sweetheart neckline. As you can see, perfectly drawn, looks very smooth and very neat. Onto the next neckline, we are drawing a canoe shaped neckline. Now for a canoe shaped neckline, the neck width is usually very wide. So now I'm going in by 5 inches and I'm coming down by 2.5 inches. Now I'm going to use my ruler to connect. I quickly cut it out so you guys can see what we have here. Now this is our canoe neckline, or we call it boat neckline. As you can see, it looks like a canoe. Next off is the Queen Anne's neckline. I go in by 3 inches and I come down by 8 inches because I want to get a proper box. I find the midpoint of the line more like come up by 2 inches from the lower line, and I draw in my line just the way I'm doing it. Just watch me. Yeah, and then I get a sweetheart neck. I'm going to cut out the line just so you can see what our Queen Anne's neckline look like. And I think one outstanding thing about this neckline is the curve that comes from the shoulder line. This exact curve that I'm cutting out, it just gives this neckline its look, exactly why it is called Queen Anne's neckline. Now this is our neckline, and you can see how beautiful it is sitting. Next off is the square neckline. So I go in by 3 inches and I come down by either 6 inches, 7 inches, or 8 inches. But right on this pattern, I came down by 6 inches because I don't want it too deep. I draw out my line and I cut it out, and this is what our neckline looks like. Now you can use this neckline for both front and back. This next neckline is inverted Queen Anne's neckline. So I go in by 3.5 inches and I come down by 8 inches. Don't forget, you have to draw a box because from that 8 inches you go in and get 3.5 to get a proper line, like straight line. I draw out my box. And I go in with my curved ruler to draw a semicircle going upwards instead of coming downwards like the normal Queen Anne's neckline. And from our shoulder line, we get a curve connecting towards the end of the line on your box. Now depending on how you want your curve to be, it all depends on you. So I just want my curve to just come out a little, and that's exactly what I did. I'm going to cut it now so you can see what our neckline looks like. Now this is our neckline, inverted Queen Anne's neckline, and see how beautiful it is sitting. Our next neckline is our asymmetric neckline. Now this is very technical and there are lots of shapes you can get from this neckline. But first off, I draw out my basic neckline, and then I open my pattern up because this neckline is coming one-sided. On the other part, I also repeat the basic neckline so they can all join together. After doing that, I open up my pattern, and now it's time for me to draw out the neckline based on my preference or how I want it. Now, this one part of the neckline has to be straight, and then the other part comes in a slanty form depending on how you want it, like I always say. Now with our asymmetric neckline, you can play around it and create however whatever it is you want to create. But the basic thing is our symmetric neckline means one part of the neckline comes down. It comes one-sided. The neckline is not equal. Now, this is what I have as my asymmetric neckline. If you watched to this point, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in our next video. Bye.